Virtus.pro, and their draft, it does remind me a lot something that Gaimin Gladiators did. If you remove the team names, my initial guess would probably be Gaimin. This is how they play. Pango from the mid lane, Enchantress, Shadow Demon. These are the heroes that come online super quickly. Some casual Bristleback from time to time. Bristle sitting at 80% win rate so far at Wallachia. Hasn't been really answered yet. One of those, you know, surprise you gotcha picks, I would say.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday feel really strong, so let's see how Ame plays this Bristleback. This is, truthfully, Xtreme and IG, whether it be by team name or player name, this just feels like an instant classic of teams whenever this China v China happens. I mean, everybody on this list feels like they've had such a lucrative career. And I'm ready to see what they bring to the table. I was saying it to you about the IG draft. It felt like it was kind of a Kaka draft. Maybe that's just the Lion pick that Kaka would pick all the time.
But these are the heroes that he would definitely draft for his team.
Yeah. So interested to see it. Interested to see Bobica on a Crystal Maiden. He's pretty greedy. We saw him on a Tiny yesterday. That didn't exactly go well.
He was in a struggle mode throughout the whole game. 0-6 and 0 at one point. Still had a good timing on a Blink Dagger, but they only managed to get 2 kills in that game. This time around should be easier, I would say. Xnoa will be playing that Lion, and panel did discuss about earlier timing from Xtreme Gaming, and I gotta agree. Having Enchantress, having Shadow Demon, also there's going to be a lot of stacks going on. You have Shadow Demon being played as position 4. You have Bristleback in the team. You have Lashrak, so they can easily clear the stack. Same goes for the side of G2.iG with Magnus, with Timbersaw, and Luna. So I expect stacks like 10 minutes into the game, 10+ stacks.
Damn. We've been seeing that. Sometimes we've been seeing singular players have 10 stacks at that point. Stacking has really felt like the name of the game throughout this event, especially, like you said, with Luna in the game. Anybody who's really a stack taker, we've seen it in the Shadow Demon, of course, for their team will make those stacks well, too.
Catches him mid-air, doesn't get the shield crash, doesn't get the damage.
Look at these squads, and you know, you see players like XXS and Bobica who own the most amount of games as a duo together. All time in Pro Dota, now going up against each other. Wonder how that feels. Like, do they want to beat each other so badly after playing in lane with each other for 1,700 games?
They're probably still good friends, sharing some memes before the game starts. That's what I would do.
This is me when I beat you in lane. Just memes like that. It'd be great. But Ame here with the Bristle, with DY on the Enchantress. We've seen Enchantresses play aggressively and kind of become a pseudo-core, I would say, especially from the 5 position. You're not really getting that kind of farm, but as time goes by, impetus shots really do start to add up if you're not being focused in fights.
Yeah, we also seen a new build coming up from Enchantress. No more Glimmer Capes. It's more about Eternal Shroud. Yesterday, there was a game we were talking about 3 cores, total net worth 60k plus. Took them good 15-20 seconds to kill Enchantress. Position 5 Enchantress with 1 item. And that was Eternal Shroud.
Yeah. 60k against 6k. It really did take a long time for that Enchantress to die. It was kind of ridiculous. Taking a look at these lanes so far, and UDC, Nothing to Say leads the CS marker, but it's pretty much even mid between Nothing to Say and XM. Nothing really doing just yet, but could see it pop off first night time for IG with the Luna on their squad. Zinq with XXS up in this top lane. Not exactly a killer duo, but if you do catch somebody a little bit low and out of position, a disruption into a swashbuckle with a shield crash might be enough. Also excited to see how JT plays this hero, because initially I thought the Magnus was for him, but they go to the Timbersaw and give him that, and it's a little bit less of that initiating playmaker. And like I said, you catch somebody a little bit too far forward, you might be able to kill them.
Stacks, Xnova gets a 2-man stun.
The Earth Spike and the Shadow Poison wears out. Zinq unable to get that kill onto the Lion, so Xnova able to survive just barely. Ame continuing to deal with Bobica's Frostbite bottom. As it continues to be placed on him, and he's sitting about half health, but to get this kill, again, it really feels like they'd have to be pretty out of position.
Oh, NTS.
That stun
He's
lands
trying
from
to
XM.
square up. Only 1 point in Edict. Sometimes you'll see no points in Split Earth, maxing out that Edict, and he puts a second one. Just to have a little bit more pressure on the map, as well as, of course, tower damage. Lash picks up the water rune, refills his bottle. Magnus doing pretty well, CSing nicely. So the one who's struggling is Monet, who's sitting at only 15 CS as Luna.
You're not really getting a lot out of this lane just yet, but I mean, it's Luna. How many times have we seen it? You come out of the lane, not the best. Fall back to the jungle. Shall see you in 20 minutes, and then I'm top of the net worth. So they'll chase DY, try to get this first blood. Boba grenade thrown. Bobica should have Frostbite in a second, but it's not going to be needed as Whirling Death is the killer blow from JT to DY. The two-letter names, very popular in China. XM, DY, JT, all here for this one.
And they love their X's.
they really do on Xtreme. XM, XXS, Zinq, X Nova on the other side. Just something about it. You can see Monet only level 4 and playing a little bit safe.
How many Novas are in this game? That's a question for you, Bika.
How many what?
How many Novas?
Novas. 2?
Wrong, it's 3. Nova from Luna. She's riding Nova, X Nova, and Supernova. By Supernova, I mean Crystal Nova.
Okay. I didn't have confidence in my 2, but I thought I was going to be right. So Bobica, like you said, stacks the name of the game, especially with a Luna there. He'll make a couple of stacks. Nothing to say now, level 6. So is XM. But nothing to say will be the one who picks up that shield rune. And, you know, to no surprise in a China v China game, a little bit slow to start. But a lot of respect coming from both these sides. I feel like they know each other really well.
Oh, absolutely. These players have a long history playing against each other, with each other. Xnova was trying to make a move. So did Jin-Q, who's going to be securing the XP rune.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Trying to get back there and get a stack going. So, Ancient Camp not there, so Bobica will do the same. Both will stack their camps, their respective Ancient Camps, and pick up their Wisdom runes, 280 experience. Easy does it. We've seen some supports struggle. We've seen some supports have great starts, be level 7 at 9 minutes into the game. We've seen some supports be level 5, 15 minutes into the game.
We've seen yesterday G2.iG completely ignoring their XP runes, even though they were the ones dominating the whole game.
I mean, they had a chance yesterday to get 2 XP runes and ended up with 0. Which was a very odd move, considering what feels to be like how necessary getting your supports to that level 6 is. Especially with, say, someone like Lion who has that burst damage that you're really going to use to blow up some of these heroes. So Monet forced under the tower, and you can see net worth. He's starting to struggle a little bit, but anything within range and with stacks available makes Luna's game possible. They go to this RP, skewer under the tower. X-Nova with the follow-up Earth Spike. They've got the Hex. Frostbite, the damage is there. They'll take out XM, make it 2-0 for IG.
Making a move during the first nighttime. Look at the damage from Magnus. So he has Empower. He has 3 points in Lunar Blessing, hitting for 170. And he's going to try to clear some stacks. That's a nice move from G2.iG. They still can't clear the Ancient stacks, first of all, because there are none. Second, it takes a little too long.
Well, this is a good move from IG. You know that stacks are going to want to be made. You've got someone like Bristle who could take those stacks eventually. Same could be said for Xtreme, so we'll see if maybe Ame and potentially a couple of supports look towards that triangle to invade. Swipe some stacks. Get some gold under their belt, but right now Ame's sitting top of the net worth, and he's going into that Ags first. And we have seen, especially with a Crystal Maiden and a Lion, if you are not careful, that Ags is going to blow you up.
It's insane amount of damage in a short period of time. Any kind of a stun, like one Shadow Demon ulti, even Enchant Slow should be enough. And we said 10 minutes into the game that there should be 10 plus stacks on each side, so I'd like to see where we at right now.
Ooh, Ame's courier died with the point booster on him. So 14 for IG.
This is 6 on Xtreme Gaming, but IG supports have been very busy.
And the standout to that is the fact that both Bobica and Xnova are making stacks on opposite sides of the map. Xnova made it in the top end of the jungle for the Luna, bottom end of the jungle for JT, or if Luna wants to take them eventually. So I just think that's massive. And another ancient stack. This is a 4 stack that's going to be made here on the edge. And this is also, yeah, they've got double 4 ancient stacks, 4 or 5, because they've got this one and the outer ring one. That is so much potential gold.
We did nerf stacking by a little, but I feel like we've been stacking way too much. It's getting out of hand.
Is it? I think it's so good for supports. As a support player, I need the extra gold. But sometimes when there's 20 stacks 10 minutes into the game, you might be right.
You have 2 kills combined, then you have 20 or 25 stacks. So yeah, I think we need to focus more on kills rather than stacking.
Bobica going to use his freezing field to help take this stack with JT. This was another 5 stack of ancients. Just a boatload of gold there. A boatload of gold. I mean, Crystal Maiden has almost 3,000 net worth at this point.
Yeah, creating gold out of nothing. He's about to finish off drums. It's also Bobica, so he plays slightly on the greedier side. NTS with his Blink Dagger and Skewer ready to go. Xnova, Finger at the ready. Let's see if they're going to find something.
Rightfully scan the triangle, but not going to spot anybody. So maybe get Pango here if they go straight upwards. XXS, catch a glimpse. There's the blink into the RP. Skewer, Hex. Now the air spike with the finger and a shockwave right click to finish him off.
Magnus has 200 plus right click damage
it's
when
insane.
Standing close to Luna or during nighttime.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised that he has Echo Saber in his quick buy. So he wants to scale. He wants to be able to go in, get a lot of farm, and these supports are going to suffer. I would also love to see, you know, maybe him or Luna to pick up Silver Edge, maybe even both of them. NTS with another one.
Yeah, Blink Skewer waiting for the rune was XM and DY. Disruption save for XM for just a moment, but the Timber Chain across will get the kill out of the Leshrac. Now they're going to look over at DY and Xinq are trying to run away. DY, very tanky as an Enchantress, no matter what items you have, and they don't want to spend too much time going for that kill, so they let him leave.
Now we also know what NTS means. Nicely timed Skewer. He's been popping off. He's as soon as he picked up a Blink Dagger, immediately makes a move, makes another move after that, gets 2 big kills, and he's keeping up. Luna still needs a little bit of time to recover, but as you said, we've seen it so many times where Luna is struggling in the lane, and then with the stacking, she comes back to the game easily. XM will use the smoke and clear this ancient stack.
More stacks. You were saying nothing to say is going for the Echo Saber. Is it straight Harpoon, or is it just Echo Saber, next item, maybe Harpoon later down the line?
I don't even know if he needs a BKB this game that early. Sure, you are playing against Leshrac, you're playing against Pango, but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Harpoon immediately.
See if he decides to do that. By the way, the Ags was picked up there for Ame.
By the way, Xtreme Gaming, they still have 0 kills. This is something that they've been doing. The way they've been playing in the last couple of months, they either stomp the laning stage, but I feel like they're also a big troll team where they like to push themselves and see what happens if they lose a laning stage. They're like 7k gold down, and then they start to make a comeback. Oh my god, the Ags on Bristle.
Yeah, there's that Ags showing up. Unable to do anything, and Ame just gets the first kill with ease. They also take a tower, so the timing's kind of right. And at this push, it's 14 minutes. Grab the Wisdom Rune. That's perfect. It's a perfect time move.
He's thinking about maybe jumping in. Him and JT are super farmed.
Thinking about going in. Choose not to. And you can see Monet again. Just farming some stacks. Manta almost finished. And it's Ame, then the 3 cores of IG. And Ame has spent a lot of the time so far over bottom. Skewer into the Hex, a quick kill there on a Xinq X Nova, getting that one, Earth Spike on a DY. But Ame will show his face, and before he shows his back, IG will leave. They really don't want to walk into that.
Love the sound of this spell. It's so good. It's not, you know, anti-mage burning mana. It's not Nature's Prophet using his ulti, but yeah, it's definitely up there. Smoke from G2.iG, managed by legendary Jack Chen. Let's see what they're going to be able to achieve here. There's still a tier 1 tower standing, full HP. Monet also making a move through the Twin Gates. It's nighttime, so he wants to join. He wants to take a fight. Eclipse not ready yet.
It went 3-4-4, and XXS TP's out. Monet waiting there for the right opportunity and his team, only to miss out on that kill.
Both Xtreme Gaming 1 and 2 are going for Bloodstone as their core item. There is no Spirit Vessel, there is no Scotty buyer on their side. Shiva's Guard can be purchased by Timbersaw, but yeah, you're not going to be reducing that healing.
And like we were talking about, Nothing to Say is going straight for that Harpoon. So he's got that queued up. XM, he's getting a lot of gold. He's coming back. A lot of stacks being made. Truthfully, could we get an update to the stacks?
Total, it's probably like around 45, maybe even 50. Okay, they stopped. They stopped. I had to lie. It's okay.
Yeah, 10,
so 10, 16 on one side and 20 on IG.
So like 36. That's solid. I think you overestimated that 45.
Yeah, because the amount of stacks that the IG did in the first 9 minutes,
you thought the pacing was going to stay the same.
They had to do something else other than stacking.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you might be able to stack for the first 15 minutes of the game. Just purely do that. XM, he's going to continue to clear creep waves, go through the jungle. He's had a couple stacks made for himself. Do have X Nova walking over. He's got about 1,300 gold saved. I assume he's going for a Blink Dagger. Bobica doing the same. He's picked up drums and a double null. Specialist Array is the neutral of choice there for Monet. Ame getting close to finishing off this Bloodstone.
Double Bloodstone going to be available pretty soon. They need another 1,200 gold on XM. This is going to be the big timing. But they also need to be aware of Roche. IG could easily sneak in Roche with their lineup. They have more than enough damage, more than enough sustain with Luna. Push out the waves with the illusions, plus Empower on top of it. I gotta keep checking. This damage from Magnus, 270 right now.
Yeesh. RP. And there's the skewer after the shockwave. Didn't quite have the right positioning to get it immediately. And Nothing to Say is going to die here. They lose him. They'll lose X Nova. The freezing field will be stopped, and JT's going to be run down. Ame with the double kill. DY gets a kill. Bobica next on the list. You're a Crystal Maiden. You're dead on your screen already. You might as well take your hands off the keyboard, as you are dead to Ame as well. Triple kill there.
See the damage. I want to see the damage from Ame in that fight. It has to be super high. 4,000 damage. Woo. And that was in the spawn of 30 seconds, maybe even less. Like, the heroes exploded. That was also the fight where Monet did not take participation, so he's playing on a different side of the map, trying to get another farm. And Ame now with the Bloodstone, that's going to be his sustain. Bristleback with his... I love when we have same name for the hero and same name for the spell that he has.
Bristleback.
Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
There has to be more.
I don't know. I mean, this is unfortunately Shadow Poison. I don't know any other heroes that have it. If you know, let us know. Chat, Twitter. Just hashtag PGL Wallachia. So, 4,000 net worth lead here. It was 4-0, by the way. With a 2 to 3,000 lead for IG. That's changed. In 5 kills for Xtreme Gaming, they've got a 4,000 net worth lead. And it has been a brutal turnaround. Due in part to the fact that they left Ame free to farm bottom. He got this Ags pretty quickly. And then just these heroes on the side of IG can't deal with that at the moment.
No, they don't have the answer for the Bristleback. At least not right now. So, Sanj now completed on Ame. Roshan will be on Radiant's side, so that favors Xtreme Gaming. They do have outpost to TP2. They'll go to Tormi immediately.
Yeah, both teams stealing their opponent's Tormentors. So Ame's going to be over here. Wait a second. And they get theirs. Okay. A bit odd there. Skewer away from nothing to say. He will TP out. That stun just missing. Bobica has got that shard, so he does now have access to the Crystal Clone.
Bobica, he's all about that farm. Try to get as much mana as possible so he can continue to farm up.
Crystal Clone is certainly going to make it easier.
Yeah, Ame's super tanky. Status resistance, almost 3,000 HP. Has good amount of armor with the Dragon Scale. Has a little bit of protection from Shadow Demon, of course. No Dispel mechanic yet coming out, but eventually SD will pick up the shard. Right now, Jinkyu playing this greedy game. Blink Dagger into Aghanim Scepter. Love it.
RP.
It's on Ame.
Can they get this kill? The finger, they're trying. They are not succeeding in killing off Ame.
That wasn't even
gets
close.
the kill and nothing to say. He only got down to half health. Bobica's going to fall to Ame. The swashbuckle lands on X-Nova. And Earth Spike, but X-Nova really needs to run. He'll hide behind these trees, but they know he's there. That's not great camouflage, and Ame's got a double kill again.
That's why this hero is called Bristleback, not Bristlefront, because they try to turn him around and just not successfully. Again, Ame explodes. They need damage from Luna. I think there needs to be some earlier Silver Edge. Usually Luna doesn't buy that early. Most of the time it's her like 5th, 6th item, but they need some kind of a break mechanic because this Bristle is not dying. Also, it was a bit of a weird one. It's like, I want to know what the comps were. It's like, oh, who's the most tanky guy on Xtreme Gaming? Ame. All right, focus Ame.
They got him down to half health. You talked about stacking being a little bit too strong.
Oh, they're stacking for Bristlebacks. Close praise.
Yeah, I think that's too strong.
And going for the same item build that he did before. Bloodstone, S and Y, so he's super speedy. And then into AC, have more armor, gives you push potential, and then pick up a Wind Waker. Still needs a shard as well.
Does he?
Well, he doesn't, but eventually will pick it up. They even gave him Aegis, because it seems like G2.iG are thinking about focusing him down in a fight.
I would have appreciated that going just to XM. I don't think they're killing Ame. Unless there's a Silver Edge that comes out of nowhere. And right now, that's just not the build for Monet.
Now, Okanda is too superior, I would say. So that's why I said Silver Edge is kind of for the later stages of the game, but the lack of heal reduction is what's causing them the issue. A lot of the times you'll see this Bristle, you'll see some kind of a response from a mid lane, some Coddle that buys an early Spirit Vessel. This time around, there's nothing. As I said, they don't buy into Spirit Vessel, they don't buy into Scotty. Shiva's Guard is on the menu as the next item for JT after he finishes off that Sanj. Jinq.
Ooh. Surviving and thriving. Oh, wow. And blinks away. X-Nova's the one who dies, and now ZQ's got the disruption. JT really wants this kill onto the Shadow Demon, but at some point, I think you might have to not commit to this because you are putting yourself in a really rough spot. The stun lands, the Timber Chain doesn't go off, the Pulse Nova kills JT.
Pretending to be with the Blink Dagger ready. Blink's out of the trouble, and suddenly almost a 10,000 gold lead for Xtreme Gaming. They were 4K gold down and still unable. This team is just so resilient when it comes down to losing a game. Also, I would like to see damage dealt by heroes, because Monet in 25 minutes, Luna does tend to join slightly later compared to some heroes. Yeah, there it is, 1.8k. I knew it was going to be super low.
It's 10,000 for basically every core in Xtreme Gaming. I hear the howl of a freezing field happening. Yep, that's Bobica getting an Ancient Camp. Get that Blink Dagger. Also, we talked about Eternal Shroud Enchantress. Have you met Mage Slayer Enchantress?
Yeah, it's been really popular in the previous patch when Mage Slayer was the item, when it was lasting for 6 seconds instead of 3. Great against Timbersaw. You hit him once, reduce his damage by quite a lot. Name holding the Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. They can close out the last tier 2 tower in the top lane. There's not going to be any defense whatsoever from G2.iG. They need a big skewer, but this skewer can't be Oname. It needs to be somebody else. Also, towers are going to melt. You have a Bristleback who does have almost 250 damage, plus Leshrac with the Edict.
Yeah, keeping these buildings alive is not going to be easy. You say they need a big skewer, and it can't be Oname, but it's Oname, and he will show his back. Pop that Bloodstone, kill off that Crystal Maiden, and look for more. And it will be
X-Nova. Might be it. I think G2.iG, if they lose one more fight, they might just drop the G's in the old chat.
I said this is a Kaka draft from IG.
Kaka is, no. Yeah. Kaka types the G's in the old chat pretty early on if he feels like there's nothing that can be done. The set of barracks.
Kaka's done it before where he was up in the air mid-Ravage. He knows when the games are over. So we'll see how much IG are willing to fight. As Ame, this might be the lowest he's ever been in health. 1,400. And that was because he started the game with less health.
Yeah, he seems unkillable. A minute left on the Aegis.
Was it 2 patches ago? Ooh, hold that thought. Ame showing his back, popping that Bloodstone. Monet trying to go in. ZQ's here. Demonic Purge onto this Luna, and now they've got him up on the high ground. He still has an Aegis, though. JT's just dying. The impetus shots are coming through. They'll get the kill on JT. They'll finish off Monet. He does not have buyback. They'll call GG. When it's over, and Xtreme made sure to let them know, as they will have a 1-0 lead over IG.
G2.iG, they had 4K gold lead in this game, but unable to get anything done out of it. They were unable to close out the towers. There was just a lot of farming going on, a lot of stacking, but I tend to forget things. I don't know if they also forgot that they played against Bristleback in the previous game. Now they have Sniper and they have Morphling, so 2 heroes who tend to need a lot of... Sniper can be, you know, it's not like he farms all the time, but this is a very squishy guy. If he gets initiated on, he gets jumped by Marcy or Skewer from Magnus, he's straight up dead. So, yeah, again, little worried for G2.iG in terms of what they can do. It needs to be Bobica, it needs to be JT, who's going to be pulling in weight, as panel discussed. Bobica yesterday played tiny. He was 0-6-0 at one point. This time around, I feel like the lane's going to be better than what he was facing last time. Does have extra mana coming out from those quill sprays, already having a magic stick.
And the big difference is he didn't take toss. He's got that tree grab. He didn't take the toss and avalanche, and he can stack, right?
Yeah, he's also this time around, they are playing into melee heroes, so there's going to be pooling, not as much pooling. Yesterday he started with Boots of Speed because they did not want to play the lane. It was more about dragging the creep wave.
Right.
Ame is hiding, but will be able to get to the lane safely.
Yeah. All right, he's under the tower. JT now looking to pressure that. Next Nova will go top with his Pugna through the Twin Gate. We're seeing a lot more of this blocking of the opposite creep wave and maybe trying to get something going. So now nothing to say. XM, what's this Sniper Viper matchup look like?
They needed something. They needed a hero that can keep the distance away from Viper, try to outrange him. Sniper, he loves to peep onto Viper, and you can see XM. He knows the matchup, starting with Corrosive Haze. I don't think he's going to be able to put as much pressure onto Sniper. Also in this one, I think Nothing to Say will play with more points and take aim headshot compared to more shrapnel points, because he wants to have that extra range.
So we'll have that extra range. Sans the shrapnel. Does that mean anything for him going forward with, like, say, the stack making or taking?
For Sniper?
Yeah.
He's still gonna get the farm. Like 1 point and shrapnel 2 points is enough, but I want to see 0-2-2 build up until level 5, then you put a point in shrapnel.
Okay. So Monet on this Morphling. You know, with the Luna, he didn't really have a chance to do anything.
What do you mean? There was 2k damage dealt by Luna in the previous game.
Okay,
yeah,
fair
Morphling
enough.
is a bit on the slower side as well. Like, he doesn't provide you with any extra damage in the other lanes during nighttime, so he needs to play for himself. And XXS, he is farming nicely. 8 CS on him. How's JT doing? Sitting at 6-2.
Yeah, happy with that at the moment. I think the big one to look out for is Monet as well, because that lane in game number 1 didn't go well for him. He was sitting bottom of the net worth coming out of the lane. Obviously, with Luna, you can afford to do that. We'll see if the same could be said for Morphling going forward, and you can already see mid, Nothing to Say, really putting the damage on XM.
Yep. Sniper at these early levels, especially once he hits level 2, headshot goes from 20 to 50 damage, so extra 30 damage. 40% chance. I think these numbers might be slightly too high.
Sounds like you might want a little bit of a patch, maybe a little change.
Yeah.
But you're speaking small changes that are letter patches.
No. I want to see the big patch, but
yeah.
I also want to see, some of these numbers tweaked.
Yeah, definitely some things that need some tweaking. We'll see if Bristle feels the same game 1 to game 2. We talked about how that Bristle went Arcane Boots, Ag straight up, and just felt so strong in game number 1. And do these supports really deal with it well? And speaking of supports, X-Nova skewered under the tower. Blood Grenade is there. This should be first blood. It's just a matter of who and when.
Shockwave in a second. Hype it up, beak up.
Shockwave,
the first blood.
First blood.
Got him. So XXX off to a good start. Going into Bracer. He's not going to be too much pressured in this lane.
So first blood there for the off-lane Mag. And Nothing to Say, still doing really well in this lane. Not really stopping XM from CSing, though. He's still 17-3, but he does have 8 denies on this Sniper. You can see Onslaught onto Ame, but Ame just stands his ground.
Thanks, JT. Just killed off
Yeah.
Bobica there.
All that damage for not 1,000 damage.
4 minutes into the game.
And that's just the death report on Tiny. He still did a lot of damage to JT. In that one interaction alone, he had more damage than Monet had in the whole game in game 1.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Different heroes, what they do.
Yeah. I won't go further. I feel like it's rude to say what I was going to say. JT working on having these creeps off in this camp right here, getting as much farm as he can, but DY threatening as well as Ame. XM forced to kind of go back into the jungle. And there's those arcane boots for Ame, so he'll always have this mana available for Quill Spray. He's also holding on to a Lotus Petal, so he's happy with that. XM making a stack for himself while Bobica spots him here in this bottom lane. XM is the mid, but he's just kind of farming here bottom a little bit.
Go mid, Ame. Like, this is my lane now. Refill, yeah. Somebody die, refill my bottle. XM struggling. I mean, he got sniped. And also looking at the build on Nothing to Say. Triple raid band, double branches, so kind of difficult. He even put an extra point in headshot.
Oof. So XM TP's all the way back to base. This is a free game for Nothing to Say. But is a free game going to change their fortune against Bristleback?
We'll see. I don't know. Sniper, he can't keep the distance. There's been a lot of early shard pickups from Sniper, so he can be maneuverable in the fights. Bobica making a move.
XM, he looks like he's going to get caught here. Tossed up, avalanche in, and Bobica gets the kill. He is now doing better than he did on his last tiny game this game.
Ooh, nothing to say. We'll pick up the region rune. Bobica, give him the tango. He's securing the rune for you. That's the least you can do.
They're starting to shift their way over bottom. Gonna catch DY.
Nice, on the high ground.
Now puts him on the high ground, and the Inkswell will stun. They've got the Assassinate. They need a little bit more damage, and with one more right click from JT, that allows the Assassinate to finish off DY. And a good start from IG, but so far, games 1 and 2 are similar. IG had a 4,000 net worth lead, and then Xtreme had enough and took it personally.
Yeah, not as much stacking going on. JT, creep skipping here. They're going to pop the glyph and try to get a kill. Inkswell is ready.
No onslaught. Has that wand available with 4 charges, but the Inkswell will stun. Ame's here. Giving up extra gold to him is not going to feel great, and it will be another kill for Bristleback. Just making his game that much better. The Wisdom Runes go to Xingqiu and Bobica. So, level 7 for Nothing to Say, as his lane has been as free as it gets.
The question is, how is XM going to come back into the game? Because I see 2 points in Nether Toxin, needs to keep doing that. Problem is they can't really defend the towers. Xingqiu, as Marcy, doesn't provide you with much. You want to get that jump. Bobica is also around the mid lane. So is XNOA. This should be the tower, maybe even a kill.
Oh man, XM. He needs to be really careful with
XXS coming in.
Shockwave, RP, skewer back.
That's how you do it.
Nothing to Say is in trouble, now broken. They get Bobica and Nothing to Say.
And the deny.
Oh, gosh. I mean, this is similar to that first fight that Xtreme had in game number 1.
This is why XXS is one of the best out there in terms of his rotations. This guy sees the whole map. DPs to the mid lane, and this is how you equalize the game. And now, Bristle seeing the stacks as well, so might clear those. It was also the nice spot that he TPs in. Perfect timing, they already committed. Gets an RP. This was like very close to the edge, and then it's the skewer back. Ame.
They're doing this thing again where they really try to kill Ame, but it works this time.
A bit too deep.
Yeah. He had some help from DY, but IG, that's the difference now between 1 and 2. Is they've finally killed Bristle. They've slowed his game down a little bit. Now they have to work off this. Some stacks being made. Of course, Sniper at some point with Shrapnel should be able to take those, or if you just give them over to JT with the trample. You can get some gold that way if you want to pick up that blade mail a little bit quicker. With that kill over mid too, XM, his net worth is maybe not close, but still the experience game between him and Nothing to Say is pretty close.
It's close. Sniper did die one time. I mean, the bottom lane continues to drag the creep wave to get some extra farm from the big camp, and about to finish off his Aghanim Scepter. You would say this is almost done, right?
Yeah.
Needs another component, so that's going to be like 12, 13 minute Aghanim Scepter. There hasn't been as much stacking going on in this part of the map yet. Jin-Q is trying to stack the Ancients. He's playing Marcy. You can only stack one camp at a time.
It's not that easy to stack with a hero like that. Multiple camps, that is. Only one stack in the Ancient camp that's in the triangle. They've got a stack that's being taken by XXS on the outer ring. So he's getting some gold, and didn't need that Blink Dagger in the last fight to kill Nothing to Say, but with the Blink Dagger it gets much easier, and it forces Nothing to Say to have better positioning, and he's going to try and accomplish that by getting a Dragon Lance, of course, stand a little bit further back, and hope, truthfully, that he can stay out of the eyes of Xtreme as much as possible. And that is also helped by the fact that JT, he's having a good game. If he's in your face with a Blade Mail, he has that opportunity, right?
He definitely does. Nothing to Say, making a move in the bottom. I don't know if they can play this bottom part. It's time to go back to farming. Ame is a pretty difficult kill to get. As we said, he's getting close to that Axe. Things are going to change. Good thing for G2.iG is that Monet is getting a lot of farm. He's almost on top of the net worth. Going into Manta style next. And in terms of lockdown that they have for him, they don't have much. Sure, you have some extra magic damage from Viper. Leash mechanic is nice. Silence, but he kills that Phantom off immediately.
Right.
So Monet not going to be the easiest target to go for.
There's that Blink Dagger for XXS. I would assume might be time to back smoke and go.
Oh, look what Nothing to Say has in his quick buy. That's his second item. Shadow Blade. Good old times. They were lacking break mechanic in the previous. I would not be surprised if he just gets Silver Edge immediately. Great against Viper, great against Bristleback.
Yeah, they really need something to get that break out there, and Ags is flying out here for Ame. They intercept that courier, which Bobica is coming south, but I don't know if he's going to catch that courier.
Bobica is just being Bobica. Very annoying here. Stealing some of the XP. Stealing bounty runes.
Yeah, and he's free to leave. Gets out. Nothing to Say, going to take the stack, so he's sitting close to top of the net worth, or getting ahead of Ame. That Ancient stack not finished off, and you can see now Nothing to Say had only had 1 point in Shrapnel for a while. Now it's 4.
Yeah, because he had 2 in take aim, as we said. It's the matchup against Viper, wants to keep the distance. Did put a 3rd point in Headshot, just to have a little bit of extra damage. And then Shrapnel is your tool. This is how you fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Looks like Nothing to Say going to try and take that camp and stack. They found themselves Monet, though. Everybody's here for the side of Xtreme Gaming. Getting that kill on Morphling is huge.
Getting the first
the
jump.
Tower, too.
He was sitting at 700 HP. Silence, and also Ame making a move, going through the Twin Gates with the Aghanim Scepter.
That is really good for Xtreme Gaming to get that kill. Anything that pushes Ame to the top, slams Moday's farm down, and slows up his game is going to be great. So, on top of that, now they're using the Empower, they're stealing these stacks in the jungle. It's really good gold for Xtreme Gaming, and their moves are so calculated on the timings.
They grab a kill and turn it into something. This is going to be a huge timing for them, where they can keep the pressure on the map. Bristleback is pretty farmed. You know, the most farm hero in the game, pretty similar to the first game. They still don't have the answer for him.
And it's going to be a while, right? Because this is
gonna
just
take
Shadow
time.
Blade.
Blade Mail is an okay answer. JT does have it, and they will smoke.
Scan connected. That was onto XXS. And he blinks away.
No Blink Dagger on Tiny. It's on the courier being delivered.
Okay, pulverizing Ame is a choice. Monet's there, and they're going to try and get this kill They go to the Soulbind, though. Now they're going to connect over to the Morphling. Uh-oh, JT's dead. The Viper Strike hit both. The Soulbind
is
connected.
ready. XXS does not want to commit. Rest of the team didn't feel too comfortable taking the fight. No Inkswell, no Phantom, and also no ulti from Grimstroke, so they can't control Morphling. But again, going for Ame. This time he yet is not as tanky as he was. So they have magic damage to kill him. Life Drain, Tiny's combo. It's only level 6 right now, but they could still get a kill here.
Bobica. Blink, Avalanche, toss up into the air. The Decrepify, the Life Drain, the Waveform, and the Adaptive Strike. The RP's a little bit late, but they catch Monet, who will start to shift, but it's not looking like it'll shift enough, and it's a trade for your carries.
Ooh, another
Avalanche.
one. Bobica's in.
Xingqiu, tossed up into the air. Giving anything to Nothing to Say would be nice. Decrepify, meaning he won't die to the Unleash that was popped from Xingqiu, and Nothing to Say getting gold is good. So at the end of the day, I think that works out for IG because it's just pushing the potential Silver Edge closer and closer.
Yeah,
to
they
reality.
want to delay this as much as possible. It's the name of the game pretty much for IG. You have Sniper, you have Morphling, which means that you want to take it to the mid game. You want to take it to the super late game if necessary.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So 16 minutes in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See if Bobica finds somebody else again. It must feel so nice to have such a contrast in games. Now you've got this Blink Dagger, you're active, Avalanche tossing, being a part of kills.
Being part of all kills.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a load off, right? To get to this point when you've had such a turnaround game in the previous one. It's like when you lose that ranked game and your next one's just dominating. Ugh. Form and Smoke, leaving Monet to farm, which is exactly what they want. Great scan.
Server Ward is scouting 3 heroes, so they're gonna get the big jump. Inkswell.
Oh, hits on 2 with the Unleash. They're going to go for Nothing to Say. That might have put him in a bad spot. He'll pig pull to try and leave. They've got the Soulbind that's going to connect JT to Nothing to Say. Viper Strike hits both of them. Ama's going to go in everybody's face with the Bristleback. Oh, Nothing to Say. He walks away. They lose JT. Xingqiu dies. XXS. No, Nothing to Say fell. XXS was able to get the kill. X-Nova falls. Oh, I thought he got away.
RP in 2 seconds. It's not enough. That was
like
such a clutch play, getting that Inkswell before the toss goes off. So he buys a little bit more time.
And then
gets
the
a 2-man stun.
damage.
Unleash damage. He kills himself off the Blade Mail. Doesn't matter. G2 playing a bit of a sacrificial role right now, even though he's the most farm support in the game.
Oh, the skewer from XXS.
He got the really good angle.
Yeah, I mean, Nothing to Say got the Shadow Blade off. I thought he was going to survive. He got down the steps. He was walking away. But the second he dies, I mean, that is just a big win for Xtreme. The Soulbinds have been perfect too, always connecting cores. The Viper Strike is brutal.
Xingqiu again.
He survives this one, and now Bobica's the one in trouble. XM just
that minus
flying
armor.
forward with that Hurricane Pike, and yeah, Bristleback.
Minus armor, minus magic resistance from Viper. So you don't have any kind of protection. Xingqiu pops the ulti, continues to farm up. Just a recipe away from his BKB. He's gonna start to scale.
So now 2,000 net worth lead. It's not the same as game 1 where it just kind of went from 0 to 100 real quick. So I'm IG, they're in an okay spot. But this Silver Edge timing is going to be massive.
Needs 1,500 gold for it. Great against Viper again, great against Bristle. And looking at what he has in his quick buy, Ame wants to buy a little bit more time. If he gets broken, Silver Edge is only going to be effective for half of the duration. 5 seconds, Yule Scepter 2.5. They will stack more. They want Ame to stay on top of the net worth.
Yeah, once he grabbed that spot in game 1, he didn't leave it, so. And you've got Ags for Magnus. They're smoked up, so with this Ags having that horn toss, even more control.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 1 tower mid going to be taken there by Ame.
Dire are scanning.
Magnus going for the BKB after this Ags, and they're smoked up in the enemy triangle. But again, these intuitive scans that just come through every time there's a smoke. That is
Dire's bottom tower is under
really well
attack.
done there by IG to avoid, or
Radiant's
well,
bottom
currently avoiding
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Xtreme Gaming. But Ame and the rest of the team is here. They've got gap close in the Hurricane Pike. They have the ability to blink forward with XXS and get an RP off, but there's a ward down and it spots them coming over. And a scan from the extreme end of the Radiant side. They will see that IG were backing off, but they're still in this scan, so they know they're sticking around.
Let's see if they decide to take this fight. JT is not there. He wants his BKB, needs another creep, and then he can TP and try to take this fight. They're in.
Avalanche coming through. They go to the Soulbind. It's not going to connect to anybody, which is good because the Viper Strike was out. Oh, it actually got over to Monet.
He's life-stealing so much. Shard from Grimstroke and also the Bloodstone that he didn't even pop. And also finds another Dragon Scale for him. So that's going to be a sieging tool, extra armor that Missile does need early on. Xinqiu gets it. Not an S-tier shard by any means, but it's an okay one.
Monet wasn't in that Soulbind initially, but walked into it. And he's going for that Conda. It's hard to take a fight there. I think.
Let's see. The shard in action. He can jump off of them.
That's, yeah, definitely possible after the Pulverize. Could just leave. But on cooldown for 3 seconds, so he'll unleash. Dispose, and has the rebound. They give up on the chase. They just don't have the waveform or the onslaught available.
That would have been a good kill. Xinqiu is really farmed. Almost as farmed as XM, and that's his BKB now completed.
So that fight over by the Tormentor is rough for IG to take because they know they were so close to having a Silver Edge. You don't want to miss that timing, and Sniper has that Silver Edge now. But is it in time?
This is a good timing still. Having a break mechanic, 22 minutes into the game against Bristle feels really nice. Another shard. Let's see who gets it. XM. So that's going to be more stacks of poison, and also you can use it on the building, so the siege is going to be good.
Avalanche, toss, Inkswell, though. It makes this really difficult because, yeah, you could do that. Stop Pulverize immediately. Ame comes in. The Nether Ward is on the low ground, so they'll take care of that first with the BKB being popped here by JT. They'll go to the Viper Strike. Ame taking some damage. Onslaught, but no. Stops it. TPs. RP. He's gone. But they got Ame. With that Silver Edge, they were able to get Ame. BKB's been popped by Xinqiu. He's going to try and rebound off and survive, but Monet's got another. The Shockwave just misses DY, but the assassinate,
ready to
the
jump
break,
in.
the adaptive strike, the Avalanche, the kill on a DY, and IG are back into this game. But it did cost them JT.
Didn't see what happened
Well
with
worth it.
Bristleback. I assume he got broken by Sniper. I was watching a different side.
Yeah.
RP on JT to be able to kill him off so that he can't TP out. Yeah, there's that break mechanic. Avalanche toss combo. Couple of right clicks. Morphling turning into Magnus in the previous one, sitting at 400 damage per hit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Why did the death summary say 1800 from unknown source? Or is that just told us?
Where do you see it?
At the top.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the damage. That's why we were also surprised. Who killed Bristleback?
It was the butler with the candle in the kitchen.
Let's see. Bristle, he needs that Yule Scepter. Needs to be able to buy a little bit more time so that he's not broken.
So 3,000 net worth lead here for Xtreme. And they were pushing bottom. They do have an OBS protecting them if they go to push this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, which they're trying to do. Monet going into the Scotty next after finishing off the Conda. So Manta Conda and Scotty. Shard in the selection coming up.
Has fallen.
Opka looking for another jump target, but they're smoked up. He's in the right spot to break this smoke. Breaks it on Ame and blinks away. So trying to get some distance. The rest of the team coming around, though. Monet with the adaptive strike. They go to the Decrepify. They rebound off of Monet. Waveform back to the rest of his team. Nothing to say. Gonna break Ame. The right clicks in. The Bristleback. There's the Soul Bind, but they get the kill to Ame. They're taking the Bristleback to start with the BKB pop by Zinkyu. Say JT getting the kill into DY. The RP on a 3. Look at the damage of the Unleash. Oh, Zinkyu, the Empower Unleash. Oh, my. You thought it was going well for IG, but you forget Marcy with Unleash becomes a core, and you just get obliterated out of existence.
3.5k damage dealt by G2.
Oh
this hero
God.
is insane. With Empower, I mean, Bristleback is not the hero that utilizes Empower anyway. So after they killed Ame, the plan was, okay, this is going to be a pretty easy one. And then XXS lands a 3-man RP. Jinkyu cleans up. Next item for Jinkyu. He's getting there. Almost has Sacred Relic. Needs another 1,000 gold. And he will continue to farm up. That's going to be great to remove, potentially, Morphling, who does have. And we're going to see that again. If he has Empower, great against the Cripify as well. Just his positioning coming from the same side. He was even Yuled, but that was not enough. They were sticking around still. A little bit of a surprising one.
That is so much gold for Zinkyu there, like you said, getting him closer to that Sacred Relic. He also disposed the sniper to put him in the RP. They're trying to focus their attention on Ame. They've got this Ace Swap. Soulbind stops the onslaught. Looks like they're going to get the kill on Ame, but he's able to get back towards the rest of his team. XXS in the face of X-Nova. Both supports are dead. Nothing to say is gone. XM's got the damage. Monet needs to leave.
Going in.
JT's going to pop the BKB, and they're going to go to the backlines. They're going to look for Ame. The onslaught, the right-click damage with the pulverize, but it's just not going to be enough. Ame's going to survive. The skewer is there from XXS. JT's going to fall. They'll look over at Monet, who's going to respawn now after that Aegis, and it is just looking rough for IG. Back-to-back fights.
The guy who lived, he goes in and tanks up all that. He effectively tanked 10,000 damage, I would even say, in the previous fight. Even though they did break him at the start of the fight, he still manages to run away, pops a Bloodstone, and this is a disastrous fight for G2.iG. Losing 6 heroes.
That just feels terrible.
That was also the fight without them even using RP.
Yeah. It's just... XM comes from the side, rips apart, nothing to say. It's tight positioning, which is really, I mean, if you're a sniper, kind of not what you want.
Doesn't have a shard, so he can't run away. He does have Silver Edge. No Hurricane Pike. It's being delivered as we speak.
All of a sudden, XM has a Scotty. So Sniper's life becomes much tougher, and so does Monet.
Great against Morphling. Life Drain is not going to be as effective. Jinkyu had, what, 22, 23-minute BKB, 28 minutes. He does have a full Nullifier. This is a super expensive item, 4,000 gold plus.
Yeah, he's now more farmed than JT, who's looking for that Ags. That is another
level 8
break mechanic.
Marcy, same level as Morphling.
And Unleash at level 3 is disgusting. Like, he is truly a core with that.
Oh, he became core a long time ago. Give him the Empower, sitting at 400 plus damage on Marcy.
Ow. The objective is to kill Ame, but now they're at this point in the game, there is so much more to deal with than just this Bristleback. Truthfully, this Bristle feels like he's just the attention seeker, while the rest of the team of Xtreme do the work.
He can buy so much time. He can be the front line with the shard from Grimstroke. That Dispel is pretty good. Also gives him a lot of lifesteal in a fight.
Has Yule's now too, so he just has survivability.
Yeah, and they're chasing JT. XXS is not there. He's the only one who can stop the BKB TP out.
Nothing to say.
Okay. Like, oh, go back to the trees. Stay in the trees.
All right, he scurries away within the shroud of that Silver Edge. So well done there to at least escape. That was an odd position for him to be in anyway, which wasn't even for a wisdom rune or anything. He just happened to be there farming, or at least trying to. Level 20 here for Ame. He's taking that extra 20 quill stack damage. So you thought Bristleback was bad before. It's going to be even worse. An extra 125 shockwave damage for XXS. He's also got that shard.
Shard plus Ags. Who's missing the shard on their side? Bristle doesn't have it. He's the only one.
Unneeded to buy at this point.
Eventually, he's going to get it. That's why he's not investing, because 4 members do have it. And Tormi is about to spawn, I believe.
They're over here. If they want to stick around, they can always just take their own. Don't have to put themselves in a bad position. BKB, Xinq's going in. He wants to get these kills, dispose, and dead. That is damage coming at you quickly.
Also, not a lot of commitment. Unleash, it's level 3, so 60-second cooldown. Plus, he's already down to 6-second BKB, and he continues to farm up. This shard is actually good when you're going for some of these solo kills where you can get the rebound off the enemies.
Yeah. Rebound, dispose them, and then kill them. XM, Hurricane Pike pushing him away. Viper Strike used. Ame's behind them. They get the break onto Monet. They're going to try and get this kill onto the Morphling. He's getting low. He's trying to shift. The Yule's up into the air from Ame. They're going to soul mine to each other for a second with the BKB hopped here by JT. Will try to get the pulverize. Gets the kill to DY. They've also taken out XM looking for the RP, but the waveform away. JT.
A bit of Kale.
Oh. Bobaka. Kale.
There it is.
So
He got broken, bought a little bit of time with the Yule Scepter. Now down to half HP. Still has Bloodstone. Another Bristleback available in 9.
Still is Onslaught, though, for JT. And I think, truthfully, with the way that Kale kind of lined up,
Xinq's not there. That's the problem. He is going to go through the gates. Doesn't have BKB. Unleashed ready in 5 seconds.
So they're going to go for this because they've got the Onslaught to continue on Ame. Monet shifted all the way. Toss over to JT, who's up on the cliff. That allows nothing to say to get the break. They're going to start right-clicking. They've also got this Uproar Ags upgrade. So the break on break is there, and they'll kill him off as IG take a fight.
Good fight for IG. Keeping the dreams alive to stay in this upper bracket. Roshan, long respawn, unlucky. What can you do? So now they have multiple ways of breaking the heroes. Aghanim Scepter, of course, on JT, and also Silver Edge from Sniper. So he will need a little bit more protection. Will need some extra armor as well on Bristle.
Sniper has Ags, by the way, falling out. So, quick assassinate. Good stun duration, too. Gotta like it. Nothing to say. He's had some tough spots, but that last fight was pretty good from him and Monet.
This was the fight where Xinq wasn't there, and I'll even say that he's dealing the most damage after Bristleback in a fight. They will get that shard for Ame. 12,000 in the recent couple of minutes. You know, he hasn't been dealing as much early on. He is playing Marcio after all, but yeah, he's definitely popping off. Now going into Daedalus, level 20, so having extra move speed with the Unleash.
That's insane. This Daedalus, he's just gonna... Truthfully, you kill Ame, Xinq's the problem. And both fours, I would say, for these teams play similarly, where the greed is very in your face, but greed is sometimes good. And it might work here for the Marcy. 7,000 net worth lead, but they're wrapping around from behind. They've got the Onslaught. They're going to go after the Assassinate and DY kill. Do they have the damage?
No
Damage strike. There's Grimstroke gone. but can they get the rest? BKB pulverized on XXS, who will pop the RP, but it's only going to be on to JT. Is it going to be enough? They've got the skewer. It's going to be on 2. Ame trying to do some damage to get the kill onto the Magnus. They'll take out JT. Bobica falls. Bristle back onto Monet. He's got the shockwave, continuing with the empower, the damage with Xingqiu nearby, though.
Oh, Yule
They need to
Scepter.
be careful.
Dodge is adaptive.
Grimstroke coming back to the fight. There's the rebound. Assassinate the stun on Ame for a moment. They've got XM off to the side. Inkswell, DY now in
He's
trouble.
gonna die
He bobbed
again.
back. TP'd into a really bad spot. Stroke of Fate hits on X-Nova, slowing him down. They've got the Decrepify. They're going to try and dispose their ally to get XM out with the Assassinate coming through. They're stunned up for a second, but the side of IG can't keep up. However, with a fight won, their prize right now is Roche.
Monet's online. He turns into Magnus and has a 700 damage almost, so that adaptive strike is gonna hurt a lot with Kanda, of course, and second Roshan does belong to them. Ame is the one who's getting isolated. I love that JT's also playing very sacrificial. He goes in, he doesn't care if he's gonna die. He goes in, gets the job done, kills off DY immediately.
Here's where the game changes. Roche's banner.
Yeah, that's day one, basically.
You stake your flag, you stake your claim of the win. And you're going to try and use this Aegis now to get more done. Down about 5,000 net worth. You know, you talk about JT playing sacrificial. He takes so much attention when he's got the BKB pulverized, taking somebody out of the fight, forcing XXS to use RP on him. And, you know, earlier in the game when we were seeing XXS get those 3-man, 2-man RPs,
they need that. They need that again. They need to combo it with Marcy one more time.
They need it way more than just those 1-man RPs. But truthfully, IG aren't exactly giving it to them. They're allowed to stay spread out with
Much
their
better
lineup.
positioning. Sniper to level 20. They take Shrapnel DPS. Usually we see the other one. Headshot knockback distance. Keep people away. He's going in for the solo kill. Does have Gem.
Unleash. Oh, man.
1,000 gold. Got 2 levels out of that one.
Update the damage numbers. Pulverize,
Another
Avalanche.
Never mind.
Toss,
He's not getting
Monet
out.
here, rebounding, but adaptive strike. They'll get the kill. And now Ame coming in. He's got the ink swell on him. He started with that hairball. They'll get the stun on a Monet. JT trying to stick around, trying to see where he can help out. They've got the gem now onto the Grimstroke, the Soulbind, the Avalanche on a 4, but nobody else is here.
Xingqiu is the one who starts it all. He finds Sniper, gets 1,000 gold. That's 3,000 damage coming out from Marcy. Solo kill. Now has Crystallis, running out of slots slowly. Will need to pick up that gem.
So much experience.
He wants to go again. Yeah, level 22 on Marcy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So gems available for both sides. Tier 3 in trouble. No nothing to say for 15 seconds. No Boba
Down
for
so
a minute.
quickly. AC, Shard on Viper. 500 damage on Bristle with Empower.
That's fun to deal with.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So much damage on this Xtreme team. They're going to have Bobica back, who's going for the Wind Waker, which we've talked about this item to exhaustion almost.
Everybody's trying to pick it up.
Yeah.
One. He's going to be done soon on Ame.
Again, just looking for that survivability, but just the Wind Waker allowing you to have that repositioning will really help Ame in these later fights. Just stay alive, because he knows a lot of attention is on him.
I'm keeping my eyes on Xingqiu, what he's going to do. He's been popping off completely. 9, 4, and 12.
Whew. Just added 3,000 damage to his total. That is insane. I think in a game like this, we might see him get to level 25. And truthfully, I think he feels like the one at this point. Even though he's the 4th most farmed player on his team.
But there's not much difference between him and Sniper. One fight. Let's see what he's going to find. Rattle Cage, some extra armor, extra tankiness coming out.
Ancient Guardian for nothing to say, so 50 damage plus an extra 50 as long as they're within 2,000 units range of an Ancient.
There's going to be a lot of attack speed slow, move speed, unleash, Rattle Cage from RC. All these like small instances of it. People are not going to attack.
Also, by the way, Sniper shifting the build to that Conda build, that Ags Conda.
Yeah, going for Tank Cardell build. Conda, Silver Edge, having Ancient Guardian. Everything's color coordinated.
And they're in on the ZQ. They need to get this kill. Assassinate with the BKB. The Unleashed is going to be turning it around. They go with the BKB, but can they get the kill on a DY as well as ZQ? They look over. They've got the right clicks. Monet gets them at least 2. They don't have buyback. Ame's going to chase JT with the help of XM. The right clicks are coming through. They get the kill there, but Ame's going to be broken and killed off very quickly. Wave 4. Monet skewering across the river. XM TP's out, but Bobica has eyes set on XXS. He'll pick up that bounty rune on his run away from the side of IG. Also farm a camp.
Small camp, by the way.
Yeah.
They realized what they need to do. They need to kill Jinkyu. He's the one who's causing the most issues.
Oh,
so he's
yeah.
going to be the one getting jumped. Ame
They don't have buyback on any of these heroes.
None of them do.
That's concerning.
Morphling still has Empower for another 15, 20 seconds. 650 damage on him with all that agi.
Damage, yes. Blink as well. Bottom set of racks are going to melt here.
They're starting to fall off. Damage coming out. Viper only level 21. You would love to see that 25. One of the most ridiculous 25s in the game. Suddenly
minus 50%
become universal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Refresher on XXS. So sieging the high ground is going to be difficult if they want to go for it, but he needs to be careful. Not having buyback without Magnus, you're not winning a fight.
Yeah. So the net worth sits even. IG, they might play this one a little bit safe with Roche back up in a minute 45 potentially. But it does seem at times like this, that Roche timer, that extra timer shows up and it's 2.5 minutes.
So
without fail.
4 minutes from now, it's going to be some like long spawn, which will allow Xtreme Gaming to farm their buybacks.
So if you're IG and you kind of assume the worst in that long spawn, do you try to put the pressure on now?
I don't think they're going to risk it too much. Just sieging. They want to take a fight first. Wait for the next Roshan to respawn. Skewer could cause a lot of issues.
Definitely.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, RP Skewer, refresh RP Skewer, and you're in the base.
Yeah, the damage on some of these heroes is insane. Like Bristleback has 700 damage without Empower, without Marcy's sidekick. So that's going to be like 900 damage per hit.
Yeah, Warpath is kind of a broken, very strong broken skill. It was even worse previously, wasn't it? When Bristleback was a popular carry?
Yeah, that damage is insane. Let's see. The jump. Who's going to get the first jump? Jinkyu is smoked. BKB ready.
Radiant are scanning.
Can they get the proper positioning? They do have this ob, so they have the information. Shiva's onslaught going in to start. They've got the silence. But the Phantom's Embrace, the BKB's been popped by XM. They're trying to chase, but the BKB coming out from JT so early means he's not going to have that opportunity to pulverize anybody without it being stopped.
Trying to look for the jump, pop the BKB to get out of shrapnel. And now mid lane is being pinged out. They want to go, try to finish it off. Creep skipping as well.
Tower is under attack.
Roshan,
2.5 minutes without fail. Telling you. Tier 2 is going to go down very quickly, and they're waiting for this Roche. Now they're all realizing, hey, it may not come for a while. We need a TP. They took a Tier 2 quickly. XXS, Horn Toss. Oh! Whose Force Staff was that? I believe that was Bobica's. Yeah, he's got that 4-staff. Good save. So, huge save there on the horn tossing what could have been double RP madness. And now they start to scurry their way over to Roche. So they're going to try and hide, put themselves in a good position to fight again, but still 18 seconds without this BKB for JT, which is something he really needs to hold that pulverize. Otherwise, it's just not happening.
Yeah, Daedalus now being flown out on the courier for Jin-Q, I believe. Yes, it's coming. There it is. So that's going to be a great damage item. If he locks onto the target, people are going to die almost instantly. Even the cores.
That's scary. Showing Ame for the moment, and again, Xtreme looking for that wrap around, but XXS in a great position up on the top of these steps. Smoke's gonna break. XXS, BKB, it comes through, but they've got the pulverize. This is without the BKB from JT just yet. So XXS falling to the backlines with the Ink Swell on him. They've got the Soulbind that connects Monet over to JT. Xinq going in with the dispose. They get the RP. They've got the damage coming out of Monet. Can they get the kill there on this Morphling? Yes, they can. He's going to buy back immediately. Onslaught, do they have the damage? Nothing to say. He's on the backlines. He's far enough away to have himself the space. Ame's low, but Bobica is all by himself. The Assassinate flies through. The Ink Swell pops. And now Bobica, he'll finally die, but Monet's going to go in to get the kill on Ame. He's going to buy back as well. RP comes through. It's going to be on a 2. JT in a little bit of trouble with the life drains. They're going to keep alive JT for a moment, but X-Nova falls. XXS is gone. The onslaught is in. Xinq's finally dead, but so is nothing to say. He's got buyback as well. Blade Mail's been popped by JT. They've got the break with the Uproar. Going to be activated by this Primal Beast. They got the pulverize onto this Viper. They'll get the kill on JT, but they'll end up taking out XM. They'll look over at Ame once again to bomb back. Bloodstone going to be popped here. Wait for it forward. Still trying to go for this. They've got the Assassinate. They'll stun him up and take him out.
Let's see what G2.iG wants to do. I think it's time to go in and finish this game. 2 minutes without Ame. There is buyback available on XM. Sure, potentially that can come out. Yeah, Morphling's going pretty ham. Multiple Assassinates, 4 of them. And 15K XP change going Morphling's way. What level is he? 29. They need to use those buybacks.
They don't have one on Xinq, which is the huge damage dealer here for them. And Top's pushing in a little bit. They're going to back away.
They tried. They tried to go for the finish. Wanted to check who has buyback available. You can see that Ame is dealing a lot of damage, but if he gets isolated, he's going to drop. Morphling focuses him down with Scotty, reducing that healing coming out, plus the Shiva's Guard as well. This time around, they do have tools to deal with all that lifesteal / spell lifesteal.
Viper has done it. He's become universal.
Nice. This is the big timing. Him as well, 500 damage per hit.
I feel like the damage numbers just don't matter. They're just so high for everybody.
Jin-Q also about to crack level 25.
Ag's Blessing.
Pick it up.
Health.
Some scaling.
Who wants this?
Sniper does have his. So does JT, so...
It was past the JT.
Maybe JT wants to sell it. Wants to sell his own Ag so that he has heart. Nothing to say. It does work.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he sold the Ags, consumed the Blessing, and now has enough for heart. No heroes have buyback available. This is 9 out of 10 on cooldown. The only one who might have it is Jin-Q if he manages to get... So whoever wins this fight is pretty much GG.
Let's see what happens. 11,000 net worth lead due in part to the fact that they do have that Ag's Blessing. So it is closer than it seems. At this point in the game, net worth, not the biggest indicator. Shield rune for JT, so he is even tankier.
He has 7,000 HP plus a cheese. So that's almost 10,000. 100,000 HP.
See,
on Primal Beast.
Just add a 0 and you're in.
With level 25, he cannot be rooted or slowed during trample, so Doesn't care about Viper Strike anymore. Doesn't care about these goos.
And Viscous Nasal Goo not really the biggest part of Ame's kit, that's for sure. But he's got that Wind Waker. We'll see if he could survive. 3 minutes left on this Aegis when IG are ready to push. Almost level 25 here for XXS.
Everybody on side Xtreme Gaming does have 500 plus damage, all 3 cores.
I thought you were including Grimstroke there. I was like, how is that possible?
UI with Daedalus.
He's going Ags.
This is something that I think they maybe needed even earlier.
The Ags?
Finally has it, yeah.
Yeah.
You create illusion of Morphling, it can make things a lot more difficult. There is no butterfly, so every single hit is gonna go on Morphling. XP Rune, Jin Q needs to be careful.
Dire are scanning.
Don't want to get too far out here. Still, tier 3 is mid and top. Like, it's really not a bad position for Xtreme, especially if this Aegis doesn't get used to push in down towards the base. It gives opportunity for buybacks to become available again.
In 3-4 minutes, everybody will have buyback available again.
Yeah. So, BKB finally on the list for Ame. Holding off as long as possible, but a late BKB like this, where you have 9 seconds, is huge. There's...
BKB is going to be pretty big for Ame if he can farm it, because Silver Edge doesn't go through debuff immunity, neither does Break from Uproar.
So, might want to give a lot of farm priority to Ame. I'm a little surprised that maybe he's not even farming those more obscure outer ring parts of the map to try and get as much as he can, but risking it without buyback is...
It's too risky.
You'll lose.
For this stage of the game, they know if you lose a hero, he's going to be gone for a really long time. Shin Q getting close to his, needs another 500 gold.
He's also level 25, took that plus 65 sidekick damage. Ouch. 113 bonus damage. Oh my god. Smoke from
600 damage on Marcy.
Yeah, position 4s do that these days.
With crit. 51 minutes in, we might be seeing some tier 5 neutral items coming out.
Oh, don't get me excited. I love tier 5s. 40 seconds on this Aegis. Then the question is, do they stay passive? Xtreme might be trying to figure out the timing on this to go and fight right now if they could find IG.
A little worried how they're going to kill JT. He does have Refresher, so double BKB, double Uproar, Shiva's Guard, Cheese as well. 4.5k HP.
Luckily, they don't have to fight him when he had that shield rune. Ame closing in on that BKB. And a minute left until Monet has buyback. So the timings on buybacks are going to get there with the Aegis expiring and all that farm being had. 52 minutes into the game. And we might be looking at a slow roll to next Roche, which 2 minutes and 40 seconds plus the guaranteed 2.5 minutes, it feels like. We're about 5 minutes out from that, which will put us at 57, right around the tier 5s that have potential as well.
Let's see what the play is going to be for Xtreme Gaming. They don't have their buybacks available yet. Will come out in the next 30 seconds or so, but they haven't been farming much. They've been stuck in their base, while IG have been farming pretty much the whole map.
We'll get down here and believe, yeah, Grimstroke has that Dark Portrait. So that might be the difference maker as well in a big fight.
Yeah, we haven't seen it being used yet. Can definitely make things a lot more difficult. That illusion deals 150% of the damage.
Looking for their moment to get in here, and you can see that Dark Portrait trying to push out mid. Probably means Grimstroke's kind of getting a good amount of farm. He's already got 1,000 to his name. He's trying to get back to that buyback gold. He's 260 short of it. And the buyback timers are starting to hit 0. You've got JT's that's 35 seconds away, but he's 1,500 gold short. 30 seconds on XXS. Level 30 here for Monet. And
we need level 50.
Yeah. Start adding more levels to the game in the next patch.
Level 30 complete. Like that his level 30 is not as impactful because 35 strength, sure, it is a lot of strength, but it's not, become universal or anything like that.
Is that the best 25 in your opinion? Become universal?
Definitely has the most impact, I would say. There are some. Let's check what changes things a lot. Faceless Void.
Backtrack.
Backtrack is the big one.
That one's pretty big. 7 refraction charges.
That's also nice. It's not, you don't see the full impact of it. It's not like, oh, this hero cannot be killed or whatever, but...
I will say that the Sniper 25 plus 6 shrapnel charges is kind of wild.
It is, and I'm really glad that he took that one. Allows you to stop blink daggers. I think it's going to be super important. He's going to pop those shrapnels immediately so that XXS can't get the jump.
Ame also closing in on 30. And there's that plus 0.8 seconds reverse polarity stun duration for Magnus. 42,000 net worth for Monet. And without fail, the extra timer on Roche.
Is it
2.5 minutes?
There we go. We've had, I don't know if we've been blessed or cursed by some of these long Roshans.
I'm starting to think I have control. Next time I'll say 30 seconds.
It's a lot of stun that can come out from XXS. With that level 25 talent, 4.3 seconds times 2. So, almost 9 seconds.
Going in.
Jump.
BKB, they've got the pulverize, but there's the Inkswell to stop it. The BKB wasn't popped by JT to start this one off. They got the kill on the DY immediately. He's going to buy back. They go to the Viper Strike. They've got the right click damage on the Bobica. They get the kill of the Tiny. Now they'll look over at this Pugna, trying to get out of this one, but Xnova's going to be disposed of. Both those heroes have buyback. They start to run away, but XM as well as DY are going to focus their attention there, while on the other side of the fight, they're trying to get the kill on ZQ. They've got this as the RP. Monet now in trouble. They use the refresher. They're going to use that second RP. They'll get the kill. 4 heroes got on the side of IG. That is rough for IG as they waited so long after that Aegis, and it ends up benefiting Xtreme.
Again, Xinkyu is the damage dealer in these fights. He's the one, like, all you need is a setup. Give him a couple of seconds so that he can deal the damage. DY was the first point of contact, immediately blown up by Morphling. Exactly what Morph needs to do. He does not want this copy. He does not want to play against himself. A stronger version, and unfortunately for Xtreme Gaming, it is a long Roche.
So everybody will be back up. Actually, Morphling's not going to be up immediately when Roche spawns.
They're going to poke. They're going to see what happens if they go for the high ground.
Who buys back?
Nothing to say. He already did.
And him buying back, he needs to be careful about his positioning. It's either he's careful about his positioning or everybody buys back. Because they are taking these buildings quick. When they were taking the top set of racks 30 minutes ago.
Bottom again, somebody needs to defend.
XM had that shard that was pushing the buildings even quicker. So they don't force the buyback from Monet. They cut the net worth deficit down to 3,000.
Roshan will be up in 10
15 seconds.
Now Basher available on Xinkyu. So even more control in these team fights. You know that Bash is going to come out eventually with the Unleash, all that bonus attack speed. All right, I want to see who gets it. Marcy, I think they give it to Xinkyu. That silence, 1 second silence, having a... Let's see if he picks it up.
Oh, he's earned it.
Yeah, he's in.
So giving up Roche like that, and Cheese, Ag's Blessing,
Morphling's going to be in a lot of trouble. I mean, he does have two ways of dispelling things with Manta and Satanic, but yeah, you use one of those and you get hit by 1 second silence, might be enough.
Now, unless another Roche happens and Xtreme pick up the Ags and give it to XM, I don't think we're going to see what be everybody having Ags and Shard on a team.
We're getting close. Let's see if they want to go maybe before a 60-minute. Bottom lane is in a good spot. Now with Aegis on XM, who is universal right now. A lot of mischance coming out from Aviana's Feather, Butterfly. What is that? That's like 50%.
By the way,
Evasion 51.
XinQ 4th on the net worth list now. 32,000 worth on a Marcy. DY almost at that level 25. And so is the Pugna. Not sure that'll make a major difference.
Definitely not. Inksoul radius is pretty big if you can get to that.
Yeah.
And also DY, considering that he doesn't have buyback, he did buy out on Glimmer Cape. Something that can cause a lot of issues. Having Invis heroes at the super late stage of the game, you're running out of slots. You can't hold the gem. The one who's holding the gem is Xnova, and he wants to keep the distance. He does not want to be in the middle of a fight. So if you lose vision...
Bobica's got one too, though, to be fair.
Okay, then they're fine. I think they need to be able to get the jump on Grimstroke. They need to get the initiation on XinQ as well.
So 60 minutes is upon us. Apex for Bristle, Giant Ring for Bobica. He's now the Mountain.
Uh-oh, XXS.
Oh, that missed. The model starts to get confusing. He does have TP. He is here alone. But he does have buyback, so I guess he can play around a little bit. Oh my.
Mirror shield for Viper.
Dude, he's bigger than the tree. How do they not see this mountain? He's just right. He's right there.
Christmas came early this year. Look at that.
Force boots for XinQ. Oh my god, with a swift blink? Can people get away from this guy? Stygian Desolator from Monet. And nothing to say, still holding on to the Ancient Guardian.
And of course, another Giant's Ring. This is a meme. You have Primal Beast, one of the biggest models in-game, also picking up Giant's Ring.
Sniper now choosing to take Force Boots. Yeah, JT with that Giant's Ring. Kind of looks the same, though.
Deso 2 on Morphling. A lot of right-click. Who's missing a tier 5? Searstone on Pugna. Look at the cast range on his abilities.
Very far. If he can life drain and keep somebody alive.
Double Searstone for Xtreme Gaming. Ame with Apex. 5.5k HP.
XM onto the high ground. That's going to be a toss from Bobica with the BKBB pop by XXS. He's going to skewer back Bobica, who goes to the Wind Waker, trying to get away, but they've got XM. They get the kill onto the Viper. They're going to take out the Aegis. He's all alone, isolated. Avalanche comes through, but Bobica, they'll go to the Dispose. They'll pop the Unleash. They'll go for the damage with the right clicks coming in from nothing to say. They get the kill onto XM. Bobica, he's got buyback. Might want to use it. XM uses his, but he needs to get back into the fight. He'll TP over to the outpost. So he'll be with his team. Bobica holding on to buyback for now, maybe expecting that his team can handle this, but I would expect him to buy back soon. Dispose into the skewer. They've got the silence. He'll pop the Manta. They go to the RP. They're going to buy back on Bobica. Now JT's going to have the trample. They're going to look over, but this is going to be Monet surviving. They've got the break from the Viper Strike coming through onto this Primal Beast. The right clicks are coming in. He needs to survive, but he'll end up falling. He's going to be dead for 2 minutes and has buyback. Monet now looking to fight. 3v1. XinQ in his face, trying to get the kill to Monet. They'll take it more. He's going to buy back as well. Nothing to say for the high ground. Goes for the assassinate out of the Viper, but he's going to be used up into the air. Right click still with the Link inserts. The Mirror Shield from the tier 5s. They'll get the kill to XM. They'll take out Ame. It's going to be Bristleback dead. 2 minutes gone without the Viper. They've got themselves no XM for 2 minutes. Ame's got buyback. It's a chance for IG. as the buybacks around the horn once again. 17,000 damage being done here by Morphling.
This is the peak time for Morphling. He's life-stealing off everything that Deso 2, and he just bought a refresher. I also want to see a refresher maybe on Jinkyu. Okay, he changed his mind. He was thinking about getting the Abyssal Blade, but he needs that second Unleash. He needs a second BKB so that he can lock onto a target. 90 seconds without XM. They're going to poke. See what happens. Bristleback does have buyback available.
So Monet, Divine queued up. Will he even need to go there? Oh my! They are jumping in. They blow up XXS. He does not have buyback because ZQ trying to do it all with the dispose. Oh!
Monet
he gets
got evaporated.
They blew up and turned him into vapor waves. They killed off Monet. He's done for 2 minutes. They'll look over for the rest. Bobak and JTX Nova need to leave. ZQ's not going to allow them to. He's going to rebound off the ulti from Grimstroke. They'll get the kill on ZQ though and turn it around. JT had the damage. The rebound off the Dark Portrait to get in on these heroes was ingenious, but a bait.
Jinkyu does not have buy. He has one available, but he did buy out on that refresher. Another illusion from Primal Beast. Oh, super tanky, 5.5k. Viper out in 30 seconds. JT's jumping in again.
Pulverize. They're going to try and get their hands on Ame, who's going to pop that Wind Waker, go back towards the tier 4s. They still have the tier 3 over mid. They've got themselves the toss onto the Grimstroke. Can he make a Dark Portrait before he dies? The Inkswell is going to be placed on Ame. He's trying to fight the buyback on the Grimstroke. It's still going to be a 2v4 situation with Monet dead for another minute. This is XM coming back in 10 seconds. Is the Viper going to be enough to help them out? They'll go for the mid-center racks, but are they going to commit for the tier 4s after they take this? The game's sitting at even in terms of net worth, but it doesn't even matter at this point. Who's got what in terms of gold? With IG backing away from Ame with the Inkswell on him, they need to get away. But they think about going back in with this Silver Edge. They'll break him. The Pulverize once again from JT. They'll look for the Avalanche. They've got the control on Ame, but the Wind Waker once again with the Soulbind coming out of the 2. They look at Bobaka, who gets out of the high ground. Both these heroes have Giant Ring, so they're able to just walk it together up out of the high ground. And XM from the low ground, trying to get anything he can. They go to the Abyssal Blade. They get the kill there on X Nova. They take it out Bobaka. JT over to the Crystals, but XM trying to get the damage onto JT. It's a long TP out, but he just escapes because their base is in so much trouble.
Oh, they have only one tier 4 tower left, and look at the bottom lane, also pushing in. Somebody needs to push that one out. They managed to survive, and Monet is also going to be able to get out. Nothing, it's anybody's game to take. One hero with the buyback, and that's Sniper.
Man, of all the buybacks, Sniper still has his, giving a slight advantage to IG, I'd say. But there's 80 seconds without Bobaka, and everybody's alive for Xtreme. They're up 8,000 net worth. They're 1-0 over IG in this series.
Giants rings are causing some serious issues. They're running over these hills like
together.
They can catch them. Ame has a lot of lifesteal. We've seen in the previous fight that level 25 or level 30 talent, whatever you want to call it, on top of the Bloodstone, plus Inkswell. Let's see Jinkyu. He's ready to jump in. They want megas.
I think that was a quick Roche this time, but I wasn't exactly looking at the timer. 67 minutes in, Ame looking at the bottom set of racks. They're already committing to the fact that they're going to be going up against Mega Creeps.
Going for the throne. Without Tiny, they can be pushed to the fountain, and they're going to focus it down. Glyph available.
JT going in, but the Soulbind's going to be used. Now they're going to force him back with that Hurricane Pike. ZQ doing the damage to get the kill. JT's going to be dead for 2 minutes. Now they're going to focus their attention. They'll go in and get the Glyph, but is it going to be enough? ZQ's going to be right onto the Sniper. He's trying to get the kill and nothing to say. They'll focus the throne, trying to take it out. There's the RP. Looks like Xtreme's done it, and they have. IG fall 2-0 to Xtreme in a game it looked like they had in their hands.